I'm back again. Right now I'll be sharing with you guys some Hatfield split squats and Hatfield squats, the benefits of the Hatfields in general, along with some safety bar squat hacks you can make to your bar to make it just as effective. So these are just tools you can start adding into a toolbox. A lot of people look at the safety bar squat and they think it's just that, but you could do a lot more with it. In other words, there's more functions than just the basic safety bar squat. So if you guys check out the video right here, I was talking about the benefits of the safety bar squat and how it helps you achieve a better stack, which is a neutral rib cage over pelvis. So it's not like you have the barbell here, you're more likely to extend. I consider the safety bar squat more of a front loaded variation. So if you look at things like Zercher squats, front squats, safety bar squats, one thing they all have in common is you could have that posterior rib cage expansion. You could shift more of the weight onto the heels, and it just makes it a lot easier to maintain that stack I keep talking about. So if we're talking about ramps, I also made another video talking about ramps you can check out right here. So if you look at the ramp here, this ramp basically helps me achieve a more vertical squat. So if you come from the side, you'll see that if I get my knees forward, my squat is relatively vertical. But if I want even more vertical squat, I can stand on the ramp. See how much more vertical this is? But not everybody has access to a ramp, a real ramp, not just putting like 2.5 pound plates on the ground. So what I like about the Hatfield squat is that you don't need a ramp to get an extremely upright squat, because of the fact that you could use your weight as so much of a counterbalance, and you could get that extra reach, more of a reach than you could normally get with other front loaded squat variations. And you're just gonna see it right now. So as far as the setup's concerned, not too complicated. Obviously you need a safety bar. Grab a barbell. Some people have certain rack attachments where they could just attach it to the rack, but you could just use a barbell. As far as the height's concerned, I've seen all kinds of heights for the bar, from belly button to slightly higher to slightly below. It doesn't really matter too much. From here, the whole purpose of the Hatfield squat is to take away some of the stability aspect. So you can only focus on your legs and nothing else. Kind of like a leg press in the sense that you just focus on legs. That's why a lot of bodybuilders do it, because they can take a lot of the stability out of it, especially when you're doing the split squat, which I'll show you in a moment. If we take the regular safety bar squat, you go under. And the reason why this is beneficial is because if we had a regular barbell on our backs, we wouldn't be able to hold it into this position. So the fact that we could get a reach, it's like I'm holding on to extra long safety bar handles, which I'll show you in a second. You get to hold onto the bar, you get to overload the squat even more, so you get to use a good amount more. It's gonna range from person to person, but obviously you shouldn't be using your hands to pull too hard either. It's not a row either. You're just using the hands for extra support, so there's less of the stability aspect. And you could have a more upright squat while overloading it a little bit more. So you hold on to it, get a reach, and then from here, I'm just gonna inhale, knees forward. And this makes the squat way more upright without the use of a ramp. So if we're talking about like the gait cycle, you're not gonna have a ramp all the time. So I don't believe in always relying on a ramp in all your programs. So if you wanna have nice heel strike, if you wanna have different phases of gait, if you just wanna have a good connection with the ground in your foot, Hatfield squats are definitely a good tool to have in the toolbox. But you don't wanna abuse the Hatfields either. These are just another tool that you could have. And it's not to say you should be doing these year round. These are just another tool, and just know that you have them at your disposal if you don't want to be using a ramp. If you want to overload your squat, maybe you have certain sticking points, maybe you want to break a plateau, and if you want to stay a lot more upright to achieve a better stack. Now, as far as the split squat's concerned, you see a lot of people do split squats, and a lot of times it looks like a circus act. They're all wobbly, and they should still be doing the regular split squats, but I'm just inviting you guys to another tool. I'm just exposing you guys to another tool you could have in your toolbox if you want to get some of the benefits of the Hatfield split squat with the regular split squat, because these are even just as more apparent because of the fact that you get the reach, and now you really get the stability aspect because you're not gonna have that wobble circus act effect. So for example, let's say I do a regular split squat. Inhale, knees forward. Mine's not that wobbly, but let's just say yours was. Let's just say, for example, even if you don't have a wobbly split squat, but you just want to overload it more. You just want to focus more on that front foot, that front leg, and you just want another exercise for variety in your program. You could have the Hatfield split squats. You hold on to this handle instead. Inhale. There's no wobble. It's not jittery. Okay. So those are the main benefits that I personally see from Hatfield squats and Hatfield split squats. So the last point of the video is some hacks you can start incorporating for your safety squat bar. I found this out completely by accident. I was just walking through a rental depot and I saw some handles and I told myself, how can I use these to my advantage? And I thought to myself, I could use these on my safety bar. So no idea what these are called. If you guys know in the comment section below what these are called, let me know. But these replicate safety bar squats or safety bar squat bars that have longer handles, because a lot of the cheaper ones, the ones that are, you know, under $200, they tend to have very short ones. If you want to get a longer reach to get some of that Hatfield squat effect, you could take some of these, put a bit of tape so it's a bit tighter, slide it on, take the wider side, the wider hole. There you go. For 20 bucks, I have a safety bar squat with longer handles. So now, when I go under, you want to put enough tape so it's very stable, so when you pull or when you push, it's not going to move too much. Then from here, my squat is going to be even more upright because now I have more reach, I have more posterior rib cage expansion. And that's not to say you have to use the long handles on your safety bar squat year round. These are just another tool in the toolbox that you could have at your disposal. So whenever I talk about these videos and I talk about extra tools, exercise selection, you guys may not even touch any of these tools once in your life. But let's say you happen to be a strength and conditioning coach, you might know that you could use some of these tools for your clients, or maybe you could refer them to a friend or someone on your Instagram, whatever the case is. But the more tools you have, the more you could take from different realms, and you could help someone get the desired results a lot faster. You could help work around certain injuries, work around certain plateaus, so on and so forth. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you learn anything from this video? Are you personally incorporating any Hatfield lifts or any safety bar squats in your program right now? I know gyms are going to open soon. Let me know in the comment section below, and see you soon.